some of you boys just aren't working hard enough, and I mean that in the best way possible. And that's not saying you can't have good work-life balance, which I actually think you should. You should be socializing. But what I mean when I say you're not doing enough is you're not actually enjoying yourself enough as well as working hard enough. A lot of you guys, like I was a year ago, are just stuck in your bedroom all day, maybe playing video games or something, or just sitting around dossing, basically. You need to be doing more. You need to have a purpose about you. You've got all this energy right now. If you're not putting it towards something, of course you're gonna be bored and you're gonna want to do something with your hands or play video games or eat junk food. It's just because you're not doing enough. So I'll just tell you where I'm at and where I was. So where I was constantly going to these bad habits. Like I really got bad with junk food during COVID, and this sort of lasted up to about a year ago when I was just getting so deep into a hole of it got to a point where I was smoking a weed a lot, or I was eating junk food a lot, or drinking alcohol. These were bad habits that really took over my life, and I'd go really deep into a hole with this. Then I'd create a plan. I'd be so motivated to get out of that hole, and I'd put a system in place. And yes, for 1-2 days, rarely a week, I would stick at this, but then my brain would try to keep itself safe and seek comfort, and I'd go back to where I started again. Really, when you're like that, you're only doing 1-2 days a week. You're not going to be making that much progress, especially when they're bad habits like binge eating, where you're having 2,000 extra calories and you're just packing the weight on. So you just need to not allow time for that. You need a purpose. If you've not got a purpose, you're not proud of yourself, you don't hold yourself to a very high level, and that all comes down to identity, and identity is reinforced by your actions. So here's where I'm at the moment. It's not to say I don't have bad habits. I never smoke weed, I never smoke cigarettes, I rarely drink alcohol anymore, but I am prone to the odd binge eat a couple of times per month, and a couple of times per month, that's not a big issue. It's not something I see as a big problem, because it keeps me saying eating a bit of sweet stuff, I don't see it as a big issue, especially when it's as rare as I do it. But it's something I am still trying to get rid of out of my life, because some months it's worse than other months. So how I've done that is, one, from being around the right people and knowing the right stuff, but it's also my lifestyle. I have 3 things I'm working on. That is my estate agency job. I'm a sales manager. It's a great job. I love it. And it's building me real wealth, just being on commission and slowly getting the assets from that job is very rewarding, for one, and it's something I love. I just love doing the door-to-door sales stuff, sending letters out to people that have been on the market for a long time, and trying to sort of take business from competitors. I love doing that. It's a great feeling. I do a little part-time job, which probably won't last for too long now, because I'm at a stage where the business is picking up a lot, especially over the last week. I'm at a stage where we've got loads of appointments booked in, and when these appointments are done, I'm sort of going to make a decision, because we're going to have a certain amount of business in. And yeah, finally, the business, as I said, it's really picking up. I do a web design agency, where basically what we do is we have service providers come to us, and we build out growth systems on Squarespace for them that attract visitors through SEO and through conversion tactics. My background in sales, we get those visitors off the site to turn into paying customers. So they're the 3 things I'm doing. All in all, my 9-to-5 job, that is 37 hours per week, which takes up the biggest chunk. Then I probably do 15 to 20 hours, the part-time job, and then the business can vary a lot, but minimum, I would say, I won't do less than 70 hours per week. That seems like a lot for a lot of people. But really, when you think about it, if you're in bed for 8 hours per night, that leaves about 116 hours you're awake per week. So really, it's not a lot. And when I hear about people working 30 hours per week, I'm like, bro, you're a lucky fucker, honestly. But not really, because I love what I do. I really enjoy working on my business, doing the real estate stuff, just improving my knowledge, becoming an expert. It's very fulfilling and very purposeful. That's what I recommend. You at least need a job. You need something to be working on. You need to be learning a skill. I've got a background in hospitality, construction. Now real estate's a new thing for me, but I've worked in a number of industries, and like it's improved my knowledge a lot. It makes you a more interesting person. Then the business, I've had so many businesses as well. Like I don't even count them as businesses because they're little side hustles. Most of them have never really got anywhere. But again, you learn shit. So just start something, just something to get a bit of money in. Like maybe you have a skill that you could teach somebody else. It doesn't matter at this point. You'll find something. But the most important thing is sticking to it if you want it to get somewhere. And just fill up your days. Like the gym as well is important. I don't take it as seriously as a lot of people. I train very hard, but it's 4 days per week for an hour. So 4 hours per week towards the gym is literally right there. I can see it from here, from my house. It's so close, which is good for me because, you know, it literally is an hour out of my day. So all in all, my week's filled up. I don't have time to let these bad habits in all the time. But also, by you're not doing enough, I mean the like social side as well, enjoying yourself. I don't do low quality social stuff like getting everyone around the house to drink alcohol. Like I think that's a bit childish. It's like what you do in your teen years. But I do like going out to high quality restaurants, like boxing as well. That's quite a social thing for me. I love boxing. But just do high quality things, you know, like just go camping, stuff like that, fishing, whatever you enjoy, do more of that. As long as it's not destructive, make that a normal part of your life. And that fills up your week. That's probably the most practical advice I could say. It's just, it all comes down to just not being in the house all the time and just like putting actions towards reinforcing your identity. Hold yourself to a high standard. When you hold yourself to a high standard, like you make more money, you know, you look after your health, you'll approach that goal because you don't put her on a pedestal. Like the times where I've been really afraid to approach a goal is when I've not held myself to a very like high standard and I haven't viewed myself very highly. So you instantly put that girl on a pedestal because you haven't got a very good self-image. So that's all I'll say. It sounds a bit cliche working hard, but I mean, yeah, like even if it is a 9 to 5 job income, I mean that 2K per month means a lot more to you than that 10K in 5 years time, if that makes sense. So hopefully this helps. It might be a bit cliche, but I think that's quite practical advice and something I'd like to hear a couple of years ago. Thank you, boys.